Hello climbers. So today I'm going to be going over clipping for sport climbing. Um, First thing you need to know, this part is more of an outdoor skill than an indoor skill. First thing you need to know is the anatomy of a quick draw. This is a quick draw, so you could take it off quickly, clip it in. You've got, this is the dog bone right here, typically nylon or some sort of other like strong synthetic material. Then you've got two carabiners. One is loose, the other is fixed. The reason for that is it's nice to have a loose one where you could switch it back and forth and to have it in different directions, but also it's nice also to have a fixed one, so when you go to clip in, if I had the loose side where I was clipping in, it might move around on me and cause trouble, sort of get out of the way. So we want to make that as easy as possible for ourselves. So it's very typical too, if you can see with this side, is this gate on this carabiner is curved, makes it easier to clip the rope through. So the rope is going through like that. Whereas this straight carabiner, the straight gate to the carabiner makes it a little harder. Now, if I were outside climbing with this, I would have the loose side clipped into my harness, so that when I go to grab it, just grab the loose side, clip it in, and then into the bolt, and then have the fixed side facing down to clip on. Now, a lot of times people have questions as to which way the gate should face. That really depends on the climb and the particular situation, so I wouldn't worry about it at the moment. It's something we could talk about. So we've got the gate on this side, and then just switch that one over here. The gate is facing to the right, and then this side, the gate is facing to the left. Now, when you're sport climbing, you're always, whenever you're clipping in, you're hanging on, and you're only able to clip in with one hand. So you have to be able to clip in with either your right hand or your left hand, really both, with the gate facing to the right or the gate facing to the left. How you do that, as long as you can do it with one hand, how you do it doesn't really matter. It's pretty typical that you'll want to control the quick draw and then be able to knock it through. Now for me, with my right hand, if the gate is facing to the right, what I do is I hold it between these two fingers like that, and then I sort of squeeze it and pop it through with my forefinger. If I'm doing the same thing with my left hand, is I'll stabilize it a little bit, and I've just got barely the tip. I don't want to grab around that, because if I slip, I'm hanging off of that. That could be quite painful. So just grab it just with the tip of my middle finger. I've got the rope between my thumb and forefinger, and then I just sort of clip it through like that. Now, I'm going to be sending you a video that has some of the rules about clipping, stances and that kind of thing. But you'll notice when I clip, one of the main rules is for the rope to come from me through the carabiner and then down to the belayer. All right, cool. So that's with the gate facing to the right. With the gate facing left, it works out the exact opposite way. Like my right hand, go through, pop it through like that. That's sort of like twisting motion. With my left hand, I've got it stuck between those two fingers and pop it through like that. Cool. All right. Excellent. So that's the anatomy of the quick draw, which I'm going to want you guys to be able to define the different parts, and then how to clip in. Now, that's like physically what your hands are doing, but a couple other aspects of clipping in is that as like right now, you're on a top rope. Your only idea is to go from the bottom to the top. Right? Um, Once you start lead climbing, like clipping into bolts as you go up, uh, then you're going to want to be more strategic. So particularly for the first 3-4 clips, you want to plan out those movements. And so what I would do is I look up at the wall, I see the bolt if I'm outside, or if I see the clip in there already if I'm at the climbing wall. And I'm looking at, okay, what do I want to be holding on to? What do I want to be stepping on when I'm at that bolt? And for you put together a plan for each one of those. Okay, like I'll grab onto that, like I'll be stepping there. And when you're doing that, what you want to do is, in general, you want that clip to be between probably your forehead height, so you're looking straight at it, right in front of my face, down to about my belly button. The reason for that, and where that gets dangerous, is people typically want to clip in as soon as they possibly can. So they're reaching up as high as they can to clip in because they know that there's a potential that they could take a fall. And it's scary, they want to clip in as soon as possible. The problem with that is, you see as I reach way up like that, I've got this rope going up and doubling back down. If I take a fall at that moment, I just got all that extra rope for the fall. So in fact, if I climb up a little bit higher, I don't pull out quite as much rope. That rope doubled back down to me isn't as far. It's also, when it's in that range, it's just easier to manipulate things with your hands. You don't want to go past your belly button and like be above it where you're clipping. Another aspect is so we planned out what we want to be holding on to, like what do we want to be stepping on. We want to be in those positions where I'm nice and comfortable. And what does that mean? Like, that means if I'm grabbing on, I've got a good fat hold, and then I'm in a good position with my arm nice and long and straight. What you can imagine is, what you don't want to do, and this is very typical for people to do it because they want to grab something right in front of them, is you don't want to be grabbing on and just like really flexing hard and holding on there. You want to just be able to hang off your skeleton. That helps in 2 different ways. One, like you're using less energy if you're just hanging like that. Second is mentally, you're more comfortable. Like if your body is comfortable, you're not flexing as hard, your mind is going to be more comfortable. So those are the different aspects to clipping. I'm going to be sending a couple more videos, not made by me, but work better to describe the 3 dangers inherent to lead climbing. So yeah, that'll be part of your assignment. Unfortunately, I don't have my little clicker anymore to be able to start and stop my phone. So this is what you're getting, me reaching in and turning it off. Bye.